I got so excited about this that I forgot to record anything. So I've got me a 2012 Super Duty dash, and I'm going to put in my 1999 Super Duty. Already started taking some of the parts out. I'm waiting on some ABS sheet to come in, but I'm taking that out. I might recolor this. I haven't made a final decision, but I need a third hand. That's what I need. So that will go there. I've got a sheet of ABS to make it look nice. That'll go right there. I've got to figure out my headlights for in there. I've done cut this out. I was hoping I didn't have to, but I have to. I am going to lose half my lights. I got two lights over here and a couple lights over here that I'm gonna lose, but meh. The seatbelt light, brake light, I'll be all right. Cruise light, wait to start light. I can see half the wait to start light, but the bolts almost line up. I'll have to drill this one. I cut extra out of that. I'm gonna have to even it to make clearance for the indicator, and then I've got to clean these up, straighten them out, and then I'll use some of that ABS. I might be able to take these off and swap them so I can get the different color. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Here's the interior of my truck. Boy. So I got a bunch of stuff coming. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna change that, move that. That's for my auxiliary tank for my waste vegetable oil. Kind of wish I would have, I don't know, had some smaller gauges. I'd like to move maybe these four into that spot where the dash was, the cluster on the other one, but these are bigger. I might be able to move two, like maybe move these two, or maybe move, I don't know, maybe move these two because they're black, because that one's white. I don't want to put that in the dash. Anywho, I'm not going to change my steering wheel. I don't want to fight electrical with these and all this and trying to figure out the shifter and whatnot, so I'm not going to change the steering wheel. I thought about changing the door panels, but again, I don't want to fight the electrical. So if I could just use the same switches, I think I'll be happy with that. But we'll see. I saved all the door panels and whatnot of the truck, so we'll see. I was going to change the front end, but it's not bad. I just need some better headlights because I was going to change everything off that one. But it's a lot of work. And if you buy the McNasty Customs kit, it's like $600 to swap it over. I can always change my mind. So when that truck's going, we got another broken truck, and we have 9 more trucks. So I have time. When those ones break, we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind by then. But I like the bigger headlights. But right now I just need nice headlights. That's what I really need, is nice headlights so I can see. But we'll see what happens. All right, so I've been spending a few hours on this dash modification. I've got the center console real close. It looks really nice. I'm very proud of it. Still trying to figure out the gauge cluster. I've got this pretty well set. I'm only losing a couple of lights, like a seatbelt light. There's a brake light, half of my wait to start and half of my cruise. But other than that, that's not too bad. It fits in there. I still got to figure out a back. I got to cut this out, figure out a back plate. Haven't tried to figure out getting a gauge or two in here. Probably will do that next. This right here is basically done. I got to figure out my brake controller, but I've got this in here to replace the auxiliary. 4-wheel drive switch. I heat up the corner a little bit and pressed on it so it would look more uniform. I've got this installed. I replaced the auxiliary, the Ford auxiliary, with my own auxiliary. This will plug into the stereo. I took out this cigarette lighter and put in a USB and USB-C. And then I painted the rings blue. So let me show you what I did back here. So I made a plate just so I could use it as a bracket to bolt that down. This I was able to just drill out and stick in its original spot. That just clipped right in. That was nice. I didn't have to do anything with that. I made my hole too big. I was using the wrong template, so I ended up hot stapling this thing in. It's in there pretty strong. I still need to cut these staples down. And I could have made a bracket to try and get these screw holes to line up, but I don't know. These can be replaced without this being removed. So I hot stapled it in place too. So that's how that's going. I was gonna try and form, I got a new radio for this. It's a Jensen 10-inch. And I was thinking I was gonna be doing some more cutting, but it's much wider than I anticipated. I never measured, I just assumed. But so I'll just mount it like it's supposed to instead of trying to form it to be flush and whatnot, because it's gonna cut into the air vents. So I'm just gonna mount it like that. So that's how it's gonna work. So I just gotta figure out the brake controller. I took the face off. I'm hoping maybe I can just mount the face to my brake controller somehow, just make it look nice. I'm gonna take these pieces out, maybe, just so I can get it into this slot right here. But so that's the next step, and then this will be done. And then I gotta just clean this, get this cleaned up, pull the dash out of my truck, and then start moving my wire harness over to this dash and start installing it. So that's gonna be fun. Oh, I can't wait. This is awesome. I've been wanting to do this since I saw the interior of like a 2009, and then I saw someone had swapped interiors. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to do this for like, I don't know, 6 years or so. So finally, I've got a truck with a decent dash that broke down at work. So I was able to buy the dash off the company, and now I'm swapping it in. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. I am not looking forward to this mess. Not in the slightest. Oh, that was not so easy to get out, but it's out. I've got a mess of wires. I gotta remember what they go to. All the different gauges, speakers, stereo crap. Hopefully I can clean that up real nice. And I gotta figure out the duct work. Now I broke one of my dang things for changing doors. It was in our precariously, apparently. What is this? Anywho. What a mess. But it's out. It's out. We got a couple of clearance issues. This one's actually good. Put this fuse box in here. Got a bracket welded right there, bolted, and then I don't know if you can see it. Let's see here. Got it welded right there, welded up there, and then bolted. And it just barely clears the brake cable and the shift cable. Get up here. Here's the shift cable right here, the black one. It just barely gets by. But I have one problem, so I gotta take the steering wheel back out. My brake sensor is hitting the plate right there. So I gotta cut out that little square. So that's one of my two clearance problems is that one. Now, honestly, I thought the fuse box was gonna be a problem. So I could try and clear in here, but I just have this plate right here that I have bolted in. So I can put my steering column on for now. And the other clearance issue, the vacuum lines on the back of this are hitting the bracket that's coming over, so I got to cut a little U-shape out. So I got to take that back off and clearance those two, and then put it back together, and it's almost done. Man, it looks really good. It looks really good in here. I love it. I do have one more problem too. Should not have taken that off. Now it just sits, when I turn on the key, it sits at like 20. Yay! So I'll get this out, and then, you know, I might as well get that out and fix that. Ugh, what a pain. Just cut a hole through here because I need to keep this brake controller bracket. So now, when this clips on, it won't get pinched. You can see how close that was. It's right on it. That connector's pretty close, but it's okay. It's looking good. Gross. Check this out. Whoa! I mean, that's gross too. It needs to be cleaned severely. But now, instead of having that type of door panel, a 99, now I have a 2012 door panel that severely needs to be cleaned and rust taken care of. Oh, and everything works. That's the best part. Couldn't depin it and move them over because they're different, so I just cut and spliced. Lots of wiring diagrams, but dang, once I shine that up, that's gonna look so good. Apparently a 2007 F-150 headlight switch will cut and splice into the 99, and so I've trying to build a new bezel for this, if that's what it's called. Cut out the plastic ring that holds the headlight switch, and I'm going to hot staple it into the 2012. That didn't turn out too bad. Got it hot stapled in there. This one would have been better for the dimmer switch. So that's cut out of the bezel from the 2007. This one would have been nice to just kind of fit right in there, but it's the wrong color. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but this is more of a brown, and this is the color match. So I'm gonna have to figure something out, cutting that out and putting it in from the back side so I can hold this dimmer switch locked in. Man, it would have been nice to use that one. Alright, I thought this was pretty cool. Got these little syringes. And put some accent color around that. I liked it so much. And I'm trying it with this. Man, that looks good. Now I gotta do the rest of it. So the vinyl paint that I put in this Super Duty, same paint I use for the air vents and the headlight did not stick. I had a feeling because it was such a smooth surface that they wouldn't stick, but I tried it anyways. After it dried, they all fell out. It matches pretty close, and it sticks and stays nice and strong. It's just got that double-sided tape on there. You know, they have chrome, black, or wood, but luckily I found blue. And so it works, looks good. Got it in there. Just barely, look at that. Had to move my boat over. Just barely got it. Oh my gosh. Apparently I lost some video footage and we're just gonna record stuff, I'm not sure. But this is the final product. I'm doing a slow moving shot of all this. Got the brake controller in. Got a lot of stuff in. Looks good. Need some cleaning to do. Always upgrades to do. Lots to do. Everything looks really good. I really like it. Everything went in. Got the headliner in. This is the headliner out of the 2012. The visors out of the 2012. Now I have visors that slide. That's kind of nice. One thing is the holes didn't line up, of course, so I self-tapped a couple of, like this one went in, but this one I had to sell. You put a self-tapper in.
Hey guys!
Didn't match up perfectly, but it'll do. People only notice what I pointed out. All the electrical works. I still gotta put my button covers on here and figure out what I want for what. Do my reverse camera. But other than that, I love it. Works great. It must be a leak somewhere in the ducting. There must be something wrong with the duct system because this is getting really hot inside the glove box. And doesn't blow super hard. I must have a leak somewhere. I've lost some video footage somewhere. I could have swore I recorded a bunch of this stuff. I have a McNasty Customs conversion kit for the ducts. It's just so much easier. It's like, I don't know, 150 bucks or something, and makes it a bolt-on. I don't have to mess with hoses and trying to hook stuff up. So that worked out really good. I really like that. I haven't had any issues with it. Guess the next thing up is probably some seats. Seat covers or seats or something. Get some upholstery done. I've already got it done, but my next video will be this camper that I've built. And my tires and rims, it makes it look 10 times better. And the flatbed. Lots of stuff. I'm just way behind on video editing, but that's what I've gotten done. I really enjoy it. Just a huge upgrade. Didn't spend too much money. I think I don't know how much money I spent. I mean, I bought the radio, I bought the aux beam, the Wolf box, the duct system. I got this 2012 chair that I put in here, the center seat. But it looks real good. I like it. Makes me happy. Just need to clean the car. New carpet would be nice. It's gross. Eventually we'll get new carpet in here. But other than that, everything went in real good. And bolting it down, installing it, easy. I think the hardest part was just doing all the electronics, getting the fuse panel in. That was a pain in the butt. Lost the video footage for me building this, but it's not super pretty on the inside in there. But I was able to get 3 attached. Problem is when you sit in the driver's seat, it looks kind of like that. It cuts off the 40 and the 60, but the lines are still there, so I'm not terribly worried about it. But it's there, it works. Lights are turn on. I will probably eventually, I believe there's a company out in Provo, Orem, somewhere on there. They make custom dash clusters or repair them. So I might just, when I have some money saved up, I'll have them build me one with all the OEM connectors so everything just plugs and plays and I don't have to mess with anything. There's people out there that have figured out computer relays and whatnot so you can use, you know, the 2012 steering wheel or the dash cluster or the headlights or even the HVAC stuff. But again, it's just money. It's like $400 for this, $700 for this, $600 for that, $800 for that. It's like, meh, it looks good. So I'm not too worried about it. Eventually one day I'd like to make this better, but it works. So I'm not too worried about it. But it's done.